Dear ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome from Glasgow, from the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP26. My name is Miroslav Polzer. I'm the Strategic Director of the Climate Change Coalition, and we are here at the press conference of the Climate Change Coalition to present you the progress that our organization has made over the last 2 years, to present you the initiatives, our members, their initiatives, to present new members, and in general to have a discussion about the great potentials of blockchain technology for enhanced climate action. So if I may draw your attention to this slide from the homepage of our organization, Climate Change Coalition is multi-stakeholder platform, and it has been co-founded by the United Nations Climate Change Secretariat in 2017 to bring technological solution providers as well as those who are implementing projects and have their challenges, and academia, people who have to govern these new technologies together to exchange information about what is needed, what is possible, what is existing already. And we are delighted to announce here that at COP26, Climate Change Coalition has been accepted as an observer organization to the UNFCCC process. And I would like to also name the founder and co-chair of the coalition, Tom Baumann from Climate Check from Canada, who cannot be today with us, and the second co-founder and co-chair, Masamba Tioyi from UN Climate Change Secretariat, is expected to join us in a few minutes here. So the Climate Change Coalition, we have 250 members, and we are working on all aspects across the value chain, from digital measurement, reporting, verification, to finance and social innovation in relation to climate action enhancement. And at the press conference, we will start now presenting our members with Denby McDonnell from the Blockchain for Climate Foundation, who is going to present their BITMO platform. Please.
Thank you, Miro. My name is Denby McDonnell, and I'm the Program Manager of Blockchain for Climate Foundation. Blockchain for Climate Foundation is putting the Paris Agreement on the blockchain and connecting the national carbon accounts of the world to enable cross-border collaboration in emissions reductions. Just yesterday at COP26, Blockchain for Climate Foundation officially launched the BITMO platform, an innovative tool to help countries achieve their climate goals. The BITMO platform allows countries and signatories to the Paris Agreement to issue and exchange carbon credits as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, on the Ethereum blockchain. While countries negotiate at COP26, the BITMO platform stands by to enable a quick start of international carbon trading under the Paris Agreement. Blockchain for Climate Foundation created the BITMO platform to advance Article 6.2 of the Paris Agreement and shepherd an effective, efficient, and timely global carbon market using blockchain technology. The BITMO platform enables issuance and exchange of blockchain internationally transferred mitigation outcomes, what we call BITMOs, as ERC 1155 non-fungible tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. Each BITMO token, equivalent to 1 ton of CO2, has all pertinent carbon credit data embedded right into the NFT. Launched November 8th, the BITMO platform provides accounting and exchange infrastructure necessary under Article 6, connecting demand for emissions reductions with the best climate action opportunities around the world. Countries signatory to the Paris Agreement may help fulfill commitments to reduce emissions by purchasing BITMOs from proven emissions reductions achieved elsewhere. The BITMO platform is a secure record of issuance, transfer, and retirement for each country's internationally transferred mitigation outcomes that can be reconciled with national carbon registries and meet future UN requirements. BITMOs make all relevant data publicly available and are settled immediately when exchanged, helping avoid double counting of emissions reductions. The BITMO platform helps humanity address the climate crisis while fostering global cooperation. In that spirit, Blockchain for Climate Foundation is convening a national party working group to pilot the issuance and exchange of ITMOs using the BITMO platform. If you represent a national party interested in exploring how the BITMO platform can help you, please reach out to learn more at info@blockchainforclimate.org. The BITMO platform is now live on the Ethereum mainnet as well, which is bitmo.org. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Denby. And now to our next partner member who has had a presentation, platform presentation today at the UN Global Innovation Hub, Alexey Shadrin, Evercity, please, and finance team lead of Climate Change Coalition.
Hi, everyone. Thrilled to be here at the CCC press conference. I'm leading the finance working group. We're doing a lot to advance sustainable finance agenda, democratize it, make it more accessible to SMEs in developing countries. And together with our fellow coalition members, we are doing all sorts of innovations regarding this topic. We've also issued 2 issues of Digital Sustainable Finance Bulletin that you can find on the Climate Change Coalition website. This is a holistic overview of digital finance tools and innovations that can help scale climate finance. And today, I was very happy to present our platform at the Global Climate Change Innovation Hub by the UNFCCC. So we've launched the platform for sustainability measurement and investment, which covers the whole life cycle of sustainable finance, and by automation, by issuance of digital finance and introduction of monitoring tools like sensors, satellites, and drones, we make sustainable finance more accessible, more cost-efficient, and more transparent. So literally solving the problems of this market.
Thank you very much, Alexey. May I ask now Juan Duran from EcoRegistry, Colombia, our Latin America team leader, to say a few words about what the progress has been or what your activities are over the last years and what you are planning here at COP26.
Thank you very much, and hi, everybody. So actually, for climate change, integrity is very important, information and connection between different platforms, and that's actually what we're looking for at the Climate Change Coalition, where we all work together to find solutions and technology solutions that can help us fight climate change. So at the Latin American hub, for example, we are working together to implement different pilot projects and work together to different solutions. We also have the web page of the Climate Change Coalition in different languages as well as in Spanish. And that's very important for us because we are looking forward to gather more people and bring more people to work together in these solutions. And yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Juan. And for information, our homepage is also available in Russian, thanks to Evercity team, and in Chinese also. And perhaps another founding member who is now very active here, Katherine, a few words from you as well.
Thank you very much. My name is Katherine Foster. I'm a community director with the Open Earth Foundation, which is a not-for-profit organization based in the USA, working on open collaboration, radical collaboration, and open platforms. Particularly on nested climate accounting, allowing individual actors and subnational actors to take part in the global stock take under the Paris Agreement. We're also collaborating on the CAMDA technology, Data 2.0 initiative, and also on the Bank for International Settlements Digital Green Bonds initiative. We're really pleased to be part of the coalition. I, as an individual member, am also representing Social Alpha Foundation, which has been a big supporter of many of the initiatives that are present here this week. And very happy to be working with Miroslav, Evercity, and others here on this panel. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Katherine. And this brings us to the wonderful opportunity to welcome our new member, Chia Kansara, Replenish Earth and Resilience Frontiers. Please.
Thank you all very much. Dr. Chia Kansara, it's been an absolute pleasure to learn about the Climate Change Coalition, and I am incredibly excited about what we can achieve when we partner together. At Replenish Earth, we have explored what it means to move to driving net positive. When I was doing my PhD in 2010, the question of zero waste, zero carbon came up in Masdar City. And of course, we realized that the carbon that was embodied in all of the resources arriving on site were not included in the actual measure, so we had to change the name. What we realized at that point was that net positive was coming online, and for the creation of these net positive structures, business models, and governing principles, we'd need to go beyond the way that we're thinking. But of course, much of this thinking is topical. At some stage, these band-aid solutions just don't work. And if I take the perspective of a city, for which we wrote a book, Transforming Cities with Blockchain, we realize that these cities and all the data that comes with them are technologically focused. But where is a smart city, one for smart citizens? And that civic engagement is core to the work that we do at Kansara Hackney Limited as well, my architectural practice, one of the first to introduce self-build community architecture from the focus of informal settlements. So our challenge going forward is twofold. The first is going transboundary. At some point, we need to go beyond our own egotistical perspectives to our own nationalistic borders, and we need to go to the means through which we can govern for the global commons. The second is a step in consciousness, and that is that we cannot transform our lives by thinking and extending linear, incremental models of the past. And the way that we do that is by looking at frontier tech. There is no way that JFK's model of going to the moon actually happened in the form that it would, in theory, have created an imaginative step. And George Land's study of thousands that incorporated imagination was the core of that. So at the frontiers technology solutions that we do see, like the digital ledger technology, at the UNFCCC Foresight team called the Resilience Frontiers Initiative, we explore over 8 pathways, including over 100 different disciplines. In that, we have explored these pathways, and each pathway allows us to invite a larger group of people. Of course, there's way more than that, but you can reach us on www.replenish.earth. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chia Kansara. Welcome to our community. As you have mentioned also about new thinking and paradigm shifts, brief information about my main organization, International Association for the Advancement of Innovative Approaches to Global Challenges, which has also its own blockchain initiative. One that we have brought here and is very inspiring also is Digital Art for Climate. We are inviting creative community to contribute their artwork, turning it into NFTs, and then auctioning these NFTs and using the revenues for Action for Climate Empowerment. And the other initiative is we are going to present tomorrow in more detail the formation of the United Citizens Organization for Action for Climate Empowerment as a blockchain-based quasi-international organization for Action for Climate Empowerment, and more than details then over the coming days. And with this, I would give the word to the floor to any questions, remarks.
Miroslav,
please.
I believe there are 2 other points that I could mention as well, and that is that this last week we've seen the launch of the UNFCCC Innovation Hub, Global Innovation Hub, which is also collaborating with a number of members of the Climate Change Coalition. And this is a really interesting, innovative approach of looking at needs to match up with potential solutions and to identify gaps in those solutions. Open Earth Foundation is one of the collaborating partners in that hub. We'll be building out the actual technical platform, And there are a series of initiatives in which we've all also participated physically here at the hub this week. Another initiative, you mentioned NFTs, and I think this has been a really interesting theme here at COP26, which is garnering much attention. Open Earth Foundation had a very successful NFT art auction called Carbon Drop back in March, and we've also launched a new one called Ocean Drop, #Ocean Drop, looking at biodiversity in oceans. But I think the NFT space is really bringing together this international community and the initiatives that we're seeing within the Climate Change Coalition.
Yes, wonderful. So if you would like to find information about the Global Innovation Hub, go to unfccc.int and then to topics menu item, from there to innovation, and then you're at that side. And we've had also a presentation about our work around NFTs for visual art NFTs that as a source of inspiration and resource mobilization, but at the UK COP26 pavilion on the UK government YouTube channel, you can find also the recording of that. There has been also a presentation of music for climate NFT collection that we are going to prepare for the launch of the United Citizens Organizations on the 5th of June, and a Dance for the Planet NFT collection as well. So really, and the vision there is that we can frame individual climate action legacy building as a digital badges collection game. And this will be really a total new way of getting all of society engaged in climate action in a gamified way. And NFTs are the big thing also for climate. And please, Neil.
Yeah, hi. Neil Cohn with Chia Network. We're a new member also of Climate.
Oh, you are a member? I didn't know.
Of course we're a member.
Oh, sorry. Sure you are. You should be a member.
Yes. Well, anyway, so we're really excited to be here. And it's funny because I've been coming, as you guys know, to COP since 1997 in Kyoto. And I feel like a little bit of the bridge from the old to the new. But as we spoke about before, we didn't have these tools back then. Carbon 1.0 was, we did what we could do. We did a lot. We financed the projects that we were able to do, but mostly large projects, because that was all that we could do, the monitoring, the verification, the reporting. That was all that we could do in a cost sense. And it wasn't inclusive, and it wasn't where we wanted to go. So what's exciting is now that we have these tools, we need to focus on what were the pain points. What was the real, and blockchain could be a painkiller. NFTs and all this is great, but frankly, I want to focus on the hard, real pain points that climate needed, and what we can do to change it and bring more capital into this, and more authenticity and more integrity. And honestly, the other thing, as I was saying, is, as you know, Chia Network was created by Bram Cohn. We went back, we looked at the beauty and the elegance and the advances in Bitcoin and then in Ethereum, but also the issues and the problems. And what's really critical is to recognize where we were falling short and what needs to be changed. And we've come a long way, but we're not even close. This is just the beginning. And I'll say a little bit about Chia is that we are on a proof of space and time. We actually promote circular economy with our consensus, because we used hard drives so they're not shredded. And we were just selected for the World Bank's climate warehouse to be hopefully the foundational architecture that will avoid double counting. So our goal is to be really collaborative, and we would welcome really participation from any other serious actors that want to get involved.
Great. If I might. Yeah. Katherine Foster, Open Earth Foundation. I'm actually a former Canadian climate diplomat. I served in Washington in 2000, and it was the aftermath of the Kyoto Protocol and the attempts to implement. And I also worked on the blockchain carbon markets pilot with the World Bank, and my colleague Martin Weinstein is actually one of the advisors on the warehouse. So I think we see the demonstration here of that need for collaboration. There is room for many parties to bring in their expertise, and also the need to solve, as you say, the fragmented solution space and those issues of credibility that we had in the legacy systems, looking for big, large, massive projects to solve climate. With this agile technology and integrated technology and real data and truthful data, we actually can accomplish so much. So thank you. It's great to have you as part of the coalition.
Yeah, and you mentioned it briefly, the energy consumption dimension of blockchain. This is something that we also, as Climate Change Coalition, would highlight, that this is a challenge our solution provider community has to work on. It's unacceptable to wasting energy for providing solutions for the climate. It is not a systemic solution. So as Climate Change Coalition, we have a charter which we are inviting our members to sign and to commit towards looking for collectively for environmental sound solutions and to implement them. And really proof of work is, personal opinion, unacceptable.
I'm also going to add that, where being exposed to levels of renewable energy and, solutions such as green hydrogen that give us the opportunity to mine, but by using these green sources of electricity, in terms of the way that we're designing a lot of our cities, we're using this data. We're transforming this data from an IoT perspective into something that has this grid of communications capability. At some stage, we're most likely going to come to a form and a structure where we're not really needed to make those decisions. And I think I'm quite excited about what that means. It gives us an opportunity to really be human.
Very nice.
What does a human do when we're not expected to drive a car, for example?
Yeah, thanks for this.
Could I just add something?
Please.
Yeah, I'll just also add that when you bring up the equity issue, one of the key things that we found in the last week at COP26 at Blockchain for Climate Foundation is that there's been such a high level of interest in the BITMO platform from emerging economies and from developing countries, and that we see as like a really great opportunity to bring climate finance and bring access to finance to those countries. And with Article 6 negotiations happening the rest of this week, we see it's really, really a key place for countries to kind of have this opportunity to gain that access to finance and to be trading internationally trading emissions reductions using the blockchain.
Thank you. Any points? Christina, Romy, Christina, please.
Yes, I also have an honor to be part of this great delegation. And my question actually to all of you, because for me it's my first COP, how do you see the evolution of perception of the concept of blockchain and crypto at COPs since the first time you've participated here?
Yeah, this. Would you like, or I've been involved quite a lot. So with Alexey, we've had the first exhibit on blockchain at COP in Bonn, COP23, and at the SB before Intersessional, we've had the first side event with the leaders from the Climate Ledger Initiative, Sven Braden. Also, I've been informed that he has passed due to Corona, so really rest in peace, Sven. He was a pioneer in this field, Liechtenstein, and yeah, so this was the beginning. In June, first talks in March with the Secretariat, and in June the event, and at the COP23 there were already really very many blockchain initiatives, and then it grew even further. At this COP, blockchain is not that much of an explicit topic anymore, but blockchain solutions are in very many solutions and initiatives, but not with the blockchain label on it primarily.
At COP27 in Egypt, November 7th, for 2 weeks, we're expecting to have a sort of an experimental space in our resilience lab for the UNFCCC. So if anybody's interested, please do get in contact.
Yes, great, super. And Alexey, you wanted to say?
Thank you. So I would add that in the early years at COP23 in Bonn, blockchain was something really, innovative, but also something frightening. And people tried to evaluate what is blockchain. Is it good or is it evil? and we've showcased this booth and the world's first carbon credit transaction that was made on the blockchain by our team. And after that, there were a lot of discussions regarding the carbon intensity of blockchain and other use cases, and the most obvious use cases in supply chains and less obvious use cases in climate finance or carbon accounting, for example. But now we see that all those concerns are disappearing and the technology is maturing, but also the understanding of the technology is maturing, and now we see a lot of development and commercial banks that are using blockchain to enhance transparency of finance and also accounting. And those supply chain startups that started several years ago, some of them are now unicorns. So we see the adoption of this technology, and we understand that this is a new layer of financial and climate data management, and also finance and many other things such as art. So blockchain is here. It's already changing our world for the better, but still a lot of work has to be done, and this is something that we're doing, and I suppose leading here with the Climate Change Coalition, with the UNFCCC Global Innovation Hub. So I think my advice would be, to look into it, to experiment with it, and benefit from it. And also, the biggest benefits are for developing countries and SMEs, and this is still to be unlocked.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. May I ask Romy to take the floor? Because you are...
In an earlier panel we did, I think it was today, we talked about design and how you build these products. One of the things that I worry is that the Global South is not on this table. How quickly could we get them on the table to ensure that the products that are being developed are relevant to the Global South, because they have to be part of the future solution?
Mm-hmm. If I might.
Yes, please. Yeah.
I think we actually do have one or two representatives from the Global South, and I think most of our projects or initiatives are directly linking in, including with partners and team members in the Global South. So it absolutely is probably the most relevant approach within the coalition and within each of our individual teams, is that the pilots may be done in one geographic area or in one sector, but the compatibility and the replicability is really global. And I think that's the message behind blockchain. There's a convening capacity, and it really is about leapfrogging over big infrastructure and issues of credibility and issues of global north divide. So this is really the opportunity that we have with this integrated technology.
Wonderful.
Go ahead.
Briefly, and then we will have to finish.
I think it's wonderful that, and we must be inclusive. We must change from this concentration of wealth that started with blockchain, from where it started. Yes. We need to always recognize the double-edged sword and the risk. And we need to be inclusive, not just inclusive in the projects, which are wonderful. It's great benefits that we're doing projects and we're enabling the Global South. But we need to create blockchains that are inclusive. And I'm going to again say that we have 400,000 nodes. We need to create ones that operate on technologies that can be usable anywhere in the world, so that we're not just, it's not lopsided. It's equal all around, and everyone is equally participating. And that's the way we lift up the Global South. That's the way that we actually achieve climate achievement, while we're also getting sustainability. And I think that's what we've recognized also from Carbon 1.0 to Carbon 2.0.
I call this legacy systems. We need this to be interoperable with legacy systems, and that includes the technology, but also political and cultural systems
Completely.
In place.
I agree with that.
Very good. And very important points, really. Global South to have inclusive solutions, inclusive frameworks, and also the inequality that these new currencies and crypto economies are also creating. So we should not look at it, it's a blessing per se, but really have a critical, analytical look at what's developing well and what's developing less well. And our members are here to lead the way in this field, and with the UN Climate Change Secretariat and with all these partnerships that we have, you
by
can
no means
count on us.
Yeah, by no means do we actually have all of the solutions, but I think the point is that we're trying. And if this is an open call to anybody that wants to be involved with blockchain technology, I would, just like I've had an incredible time joining as a new member, I'd join the Climate Change Coalition.
Yeah, everyone invited to join us, and thank you very much for your time and for your interest, and see you in Egypt.
Yes, see you in Egypt.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yes.